one thing you said, though, about aging out that I was going to echo, where one of the lines in the book was, you're competing with immortality on the screen, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really poignant because that's so true, but it's also true in our lives, in everybody's lives. We're competing with our own immortality, or our own ideal of what we look like. I still think I'm a 25-year-old kid running around college, right?
You are 25.
Yeah, that's right. And so we all have that ideal image of ourselves that we are trying to keep and trying to project. And that's some of what I do, is to try to help either bring that and reality in line as much as I can, or adjust that ideal to, hey, maybe you're not that 25-year-old kid with that full head of hair and big strong muscles. That's not me anymore. I can't do that. I can't go run around and bang into 300-pound guys when I play football anymore. And so you can relate that to, take that to a woman as well, that, hey, maybe things are different. You've had 3 children, 4 kids, and you're not going to bounce back up. And it's funny when I talk about breast lift, for instance, when people come in and they give me a picture of these swimsuit models, these, Sports Illustrated swimsuit. I'm like, yeah, she's 18 and 97 pounds, and she looks great, but that's not you, and that's not realistic. And so how do we, make that match? But we're all competing with that immortality image that you talked about in the book.
It's interesting because my plastic surgeon, Harry Previn, I found, because I actually spoke with a lot of plastic surgeons, 5 plastic surgeons, in researching this. One of the parts of the business, or the process, is the consultation with patients. And I found that particularly opportune as a writer, because you were able to dig in to these patients a bit and explore their vulnerabilities. Right. Because many people are coming to a surgeon out of some kind of urgency. There's different reasons why. Obviously, you do a lot of injections. Mm-hmm. Some of that is maintenance, sure, and whatever, why one woman does that. But when you get into the actual cutting, that's more like you were saying about the breast situation. There's often something that maybe has triggered that in their life. It could be problems in their marriage, right, or, as in one of the cases in the book, and the discussion.
Yeah, she's looking to have a facelift because she's concerned about her husband and is going to save her marriage. It's funny you mentioned that, because as a board certified plastic surgeon, that was one of the questions I had on my board exam was, okay, you've got this patient who comes in, and as you go through the discussion, you uncover that her husband is cheating on her with his secretary who's 25 years old, and she wants breast lift and a facelift. What do you do? And he's, you could easily, the money hungry surgeon would say, I'll just operate. No, who cares? Fine. But the right answer is, no, you talk to the patient. You find out what are the motivations, and you make sure that, hey, this is not going to get him back. And so I've made that a part of my practice early on, that I'm doing this for the patient. So if you're a woman and you come in and I say, the husband's there talking, and the big joke is the husbands always want bigger, larger breasts, right? And I always say, that's fine. He's over here. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to carry these around. What do you want? Well, I want a C cup. He's double D. Fine. We're not going to call you in the operating room. We're not going to ask your opinion. This is on her body, and this is her decision. And so it's not going to win his attention back. And if you're doing it to get his attention back, that's the wrong reason. And I'm not going to operate on you. And so, it's interesting how it plays out in the book, but to do it for an external factor, external reason, is never appropriate. It has to be because of you, because of what you want. And that's hard to separate sometimes, because we're all faced with external factors. We look at We look around, we look at celebrities, we look at things on TV and what fashion is. We're all influenced by that, but that can't be the only motivation.